What's good, everyone? This is Mayan Gordon. We are live at 5. I'm the owner of Mayan Gordon Media, co-owner of Champion Empire. And today we are here just to talk about opportunities. Before I get going, you guys know what to do. In the comments, please post one thing that you're grateful for and where in the world are you watching from. I'm coming to you live from Spokane, Washington. If you don't know where Spokane is, it is about 30 minutes from the Idaho border, about 2 hours down from the Canada border. So in the middle of Washington state, linearly, but very much on the edge, on the eastern edge of the state. So Seattle's on the western side of the state. Spokane is on the eastern side of the state. In case you, just a little geography. I was always super bad at geography, so maybe that's helpful for some of you guys. Now, today we're here to talk about opportunities, and that really connects with the first thing I was saying. What are we grateful for today? I am so grateful every day. I'm incredibly, incredibly grateful for the amazing people that have come into my life, especially this past year. This past year has been like just blessings upon blessings of me being able to form really meaningful relationships, really value-based relationships in my life with people who I never dreamed of being able to connect with. What is up, Osas? How's it going, Hussein? And LinkedIn user whose name it won't tell me. I always wonder if anyone knows why some LinkedIn users or Facebook users, it like will hide their name. Let me know what's your name so I can give you a shout out. Here in Issaquah, very cool. Absolutely. Issaquah is also on the western side of the state. Beautiful place. What's up, Brian? Oh, great to see you, Brian. I'm going to be on Brian's live stream coming up. I think it's next month. I'd have to look at my calendar, but very excited about that. What's up, Teresa? Good morning. You must be coming in from an international destination. Teresa, where are you watching from? And so again, I'm just feel so grateful for these people that have come into my life over the last year. And I wanted to kind of spread some of that good fortune, some of those blessings onto you guys. So I'm really at a point right now where I feel like just through being a connector, I could bring you guys watching this, you guys out there, so much value. What is it that you're looking for? Post in the comments. Are you guys looking for an amazing virtual assistant? In case you don't know, I have a phenomenal virtual assistant. Her name is Ria. She's a single mother with a 3-year-old son living over in the Philippines, and she's a genius. I have to say, I know there's a lot of negative conceptions about people in different countries. These are just facts, you guys. A lot of us have bias against people who are in a country that we might perceive as inferior. And you might think, oh, people in the Philippines, they're not as good as people in the United States. I can tell you for a straight up fact, she is a better employee, a better hire than any US-based person I've ever tried to hire. I think I've gone through with my glass blowing business specifically, and largely the fault's on me in terms of not having my company culture and not being a good boss or a good leader, having that set up. But I think we went through between 5 and 8 employees. I'd have to like really think in more detail to know the exact number. That really didn't work out. They weren't highly motivated. They didn't perform well. And she has gone so above and beyond my expectations for any employee, let alone a virtual assistant. I really want to make sure that you guys know that virtual assistants are an incredible option, not only for growing your business, being more productive, but getting some of that stress off of your plate, getting some of the time back in your life. You guys, my life is so amazing right now because I am not taking on all of the pressure. I'm not taking on all of the workload, but I'm still able to accomplish my goals. I'm still able to put the immense amount of output that I would like to be putting out there onto social media and really out into the world in general. I have energy to do this live stream today because I had a feedback and a goal setting meeting just previously with Ria, where I feel so energized about taking everything we've already been working on and optimizing it and making it even better. So I just want to make sure if you're looking for a virtual assistant, hit me up. I will connect you with the same company that helped me find a virtual assistant. And I can almost guarantee, obviously I can't personally guarantee, but I can almost guarantee, because I really believe in this company and just seen what they've been able to do. And I know the people who run the company pretty intimately. I would say that they're my friends as well. Jeff and Marge, you guys are amazing. And they've grown this company from 20 people to 500 people in 2 years. You don't do that without being highly successful and really delivering on the values that you're promising. That's one area in my life that I think I've been really fruitful in, and just want to share with you guys. Want to make sure if you're someone who's thought about hiring a virtual assistant, if you were just like me before I hired my first virtual assistant, and you were like, that sounds great, but I'm scared. I'm scared that they're not going to do a good job and perform up to my standards. I'm scared of giving up some control. I'm scared of what could happen. Me too. I was really scared. I was very nervous. But I think even just in the interview process, through the onboarding process that the company helps you with, you gain a lot of confidence. You gain a lot of, I would say, whatever the opposite stress is. But it's something that, whatever you're afraid of, you have to attack with action. And you can't live your life in fear. And if you allow fear to prevent you from doing things that are guaranteed to make your life better, you're going to be stuck at a place where you're not able to grow past a certain spot in your life. And so I know a lot of you guys are in a place where maybe you're pretty successful right now, but you're working too much. You're working really, really hard, and you're a little bit too stressed. You have a little bit too much on your plate. A virtual assistant is really a great solution to that. Yeah, absolutely, Brian. I know 20 to 500 people, and they're performing like crazy. Like, they've got clients like me who are just super thrilled with the service that they're able to provide. Brian also says, never ever judge someone based on anything. We're all human beings, same species, no need to discriminate anyone for any reason. Yeah, and I think this is something great to talk about, because one of the things I noticed, and I really try and pay attention to some of my biases. You guys, we all have biases. Biases are not necessarily bad. They're just things we should be aware of so that we can make correct decisions and correct actions to either fight against those biases or just know that they shouldn't affect some of the decisions that we're making. So I realized from LinkedIn pretty early on, man, I had kind of a bias towards people's names. If your name wasn't American, I maybe initially thought, oh, you're not going to perform as well, or you're not going to bring me as much value as maybe someone who had the name of John or Sally. And I really made an effort to destroy that bias, to make sure that I gave every single person, no matter what their name was, an equal chance in my heart and in terms of the interactions with me, and really based my judgment off of how that interaction went. Like, was our communications good? Did they provide me value within those communications? Could I provide them with value within those communications? And the reason for that is I really try and not spend a lot of my time talking to people who I can't bring value to. One, it doesn't feel great for me. Two, it doesn't help them at all. Our time is all very, very limited. And it's important to be more and more aware of your time and how you're spending it as you go throughout your life. None of us will ever be in a state of complete awareness, but it is something that we can optimize and continually work on. What's up, Kyle? Wanted to shout you out, coming in from Arkansas. That's awesome. Let's see if we got anyone else who hopped in. Scott, really great to see you. Victor, appreciate you jumping on. Christopher from Sweden, who's learning English just now. That's awesome. I apologize if I'm talking a little bit quickly. I know sometimes for people who don't have English as their first language, first of all, you guys are super smart. The fact that you know multiple languages. I know Spanish as a second language. I dabble in Hebrew. I learned Hebrew growing up, but it's been more than 15 years since I've practiced it actively. So mostly I can only understand when people speak Hebrew. I can't come up with the words myself. But you guys, knowing multiple languages is quite an impressive skill and something that requires quite a lot of intelligence. Tamira or Tamira, which is it? Let me know. I'm guessing it's Tamira. That's my guess. I love learning people's names, especially people from all over the world. I think it can really kind of open up our thoughts, open up our horizons in terms of, getting to know people from different cultures can bring a lot of value into our lives. Absolutely, Julian. I love that sentiment. Let's be united and work together. What's up, Denrich? Great to see you as well. Tamira says that she's hired 2 freelancers so far. I'm hoping that experience is going really well. But a lot of it, you guys, is going to be based on you as the leader of your company, as the leader, the manager of the person that you're hiring. How are you directing them? How are you structuring their work? How are you providing leadership to them that really helps to make them successful? And there is a large responsibility on you. Again, if you're looking to get into hiring a virtual assistant for the first time, I would be happy to help either make some recommendations or just share with you what's worked for me. So I know a lot of people are worried about the language issue. Like, are they going to be able to write in the same style that I write? Now, one of the ways that I found that's super effective, and I wanted to share this with you guys, is I've had my virtual assistant, Ria, watch a lot of my videos, these LinkedIn Lives. They're all recorded, they're on YouTube. I had her watch a lot of them so that she could learn through listening and through watching how I speak, the kind of cadence that I like to use, the types of words and phrases that I like to use. And I see that that's had a really significant impact in her ability to write in the same manner that I would write. Because you know what? I write the same way that I speak for the most part. There might be a little bit of tweaking and crafting more in terms of my writing style, but really how I come up with my writing is I think about what would I say? What would I say that might give an impact to people? And I try and recreate that with a text-based post. So I think that's a really great way that anyone can kind of train a virtual assistant a little bit in the language that they like to speak and take a bit of that stress off of wondering, are they going to get the writing right? Or if they're not getting it right, again, have them watch some videos where you're talking and then they can pick it up from there. Now, the other area in my life where I feel very, very blessed and wanted to kind of spread those blessings onto you guys is in terms of the influencers that I know. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm a very novice influencer when it comes to selling products or promoting brands. I've been on Instagram, had a large following on there for 8 years, but in the terms of my own business and selling my products, it's only this year, in the past 12 months, where I've ever thought about promoting through social media for other brands and businesses. And it's a skill. I'm not going to say I'm terrible at it. I feel like I'm pretty decent, but I'm not at a super high level. I am connected with some people who either through very natural talent or a little bit more experience are really, really good influencers for brands to market through. One of those people I had just a really nice catch-up call with today. His name's Robert Cole. You guys look him up. You can just type in Robert Cole on Cole with a C, C-O-L-E, here on LinkedIn. If you're not on LinkedIn, if you're watching from YouTube or Facebook, join us on LinkedIn. LinkedIn's the crowd. It's the spot to be at. I love you YouTubers. I love you Facebookers, but LinkedIn is definitely my favorite platform at the moment. Search him. He's got very few connections. He's got a picture of him with his dog. He's got more than 6 million followers. And in the past, I think 10 videos he's posted, they've all done between I would say 1 million on the very low end up to 15 million views each video. So he's incredibly consistent in terms of his ability to generate awareness through views. Also, again, thousands of comments on these videos each. And he's actually doing it in a story structure. This is what I think is really exciting. Within a story-based structure, you have a much higher ability to promote a brand effectively than a video where you're just like, hey guys, check out this brand product. Because one, it's way more natural, it's way more authentic. It's a little bit more subliminal where people don't realize as much that they're being advertised to. And I think it's just highly more effective. So either reach out to Rob. I call him Robbie. His friends call him Robbie. Reach out to Robbie directly or hit me up because I know not only Robbie, but my friend Sarah Maddock. She writes custom raps. Now, they're all positive, lighthearted. She's a female, so imagine like a female Weird Al Yankovic. That is definitely her style. And she has very successfully in the past 3 months promoted and written raps for a large number of brands. So she very, very quickly gained actually a lot of experience. She just did a brand deal with Krispy Kremes where she wrote rap about their donuts. They have a new like Reese's donuts, and that video's at over 1 million views. Hers are actually very much more promotional, where it's clear that she's promoting the product. She's very authentic, so she would never promote a product that she doesn't authentically enjoy and support. But it's very much like, hey, again, it's a rap, so it's much more clever. But it's very much like, hey, here's the awesome Reese's Krispy Kreme donuts. I love them, and she did. You guys should go get some too. But again, go check out her TikTok or send me a message. I'm happy to send you guys links. I really just want to connect some of you brands or personalities or businesses out there who are looking for really, really good high value influencer marketing for your dollars with some of these amazing people who are executing at a super high level. Yes, they're my friends. Of course, I want to help out my friends, but I think it's completely reciprocal, where you're going to get way more value out of, I think, some of the influencers that I'm connected to than going to a generic agency and asking them to match you. So feel free to reach out to me. The influencer marketing world is something that I'm becoming deeper and deeper tied into, making just, again, some really amazing friend connections. There's another rapper that I've connected to, Biddle, who has a completely different style of rapping, who also is open for custom deals. I think he's definitely more interested in working with other music artists and music labels, but I think as long as the brand fit in with his real authentic, and he's even a little bit more picky, I would say, really fit in with what he feels is authentic to him. I know that he would execute on an amazing level. Again, his videos are each getting between, I would say, 250,000 on the very low end up to, 5 to 10 million views each on his videos. So if you're looking to hire an influencer who consistently performs on the brand level, I would love to help you guys out and make those connections for you guys. Christopher's got a question. He says, tell me, if you need some help with something, you can send a friend request. A little bit crazy Swedish entrepreneur. All right, Christopher, let us know what can you help people with? What's your experience? And as always, make sure to vet people who are offering experience. Make sure you vet me. Make sure that you ask me questions in terms of my ability to deliver value to you guys. But I think that I've gone through so much experience in terms of business, in terms of life. Because I've lived a lot of life. I've gone to 10 years of trade shows. I've traveled and been homeless in various different vehicles, from a Class C 19-foot RV to a truck with a rooftop tent on it that I lived in for a little bit during a summer, to a conversion van. Gotten to meet all sorts of really interesting people. One of the things that got me to fall in love with Las Vegas was the fact that when I was 19 years old, the first major person who hired me as a copywriter, Jamie Lewis, said, hey, there's this giant affiliate marketing conference summit out in Las Vegas that happens every year. If you can make it out here, if you can buy the plane ticket, you can kick it with me. I'll introduce you to some people. And he had this crazy nice suite at the Palms, at Palms Place, and then also rented out the G Suite for a night for one of his parties. And I got to see, wow, the crazy, awesome lifestyle that you see people living in movies. It's not just in the movies. People really get to live this way at a high level of success. And I was just like, oh my God, all my imagination, all the things in my imagination, they can be real, they can come true. And I think, getting those experiences has really provided me a lot of insight that working corporate just can't provide you. I've gotten to interact with people in a way where I've really been able to learn about people, how they feel, how they speak, how they interact, how they contribute and can provide value, how relationships work. And I really want to share some of that experience and knowledge with you guys. So as always, just please feel free to reach out to me. I'm going to throw up my email address. You can reach me on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, but you can also reach out to me through email. Excuse me. And I'd love to kind of hear right before I wrap up, do you guys have any questions? Do you guys have any, issues that you're facing in your business right now where I might be able to hear on the live stream, provide some insights? I know that in the past 6 months, any single problem that I've come across, I've been able to find very effective and quick solutions to. Not on my own, certainly with the help of my partner, Jesse. So Jesse is my partner and co-founder of Champion Empire, which truly is an empire that we're building. It keeps evolving and progressing in just really profound ways that get me so pumped at the level of value that we're going to be able to bring and help other businesses, other brands, other celebrities, personalities be successful, from the very small startup first-time entrepreneur all the way to very large companies. And it's such a great place to be, where when you start realizing there's a problem or an obstacle, you actually get more excited because you're going to come up with a solution. And that process of figuring it out is not only exciting and fun, but it's enlightening. You feel yourself get better within the process of overcoming an obstacle, in the process of coming up with a new creative solution. What's up, Scott, who says he's been a wealth manager for 31 years. Very cool. If you guys are looking for a wealth manager, feel free to reach out to Scott. again, make sure you ask lots of questions. There's tons of different wealth managers out there, and you really want to find out, does their experience, does their expertise most directly apply to you? Kind of the same way with coaching, you guys. When you're looking for a business coach, what kind of business experience does that coach have? That's why I'm actually very proud to be a business coach. I have started up successfully 4 businesses so far in my very short 10-year span. Made a ton of mistakes, which also I'm very proud of, because I can help you not make those mistakes. I think be scared of the person who says they have not made any mistakes, because they're inevitably going to lead you down a path where there might be blind spots that you end up making those mistakes in because they didn't make them and can't warn you about them themselves. So I'm very proud of my journey. Yes, I've made a lot of mistakes that certainly cost me a lot of money. For example, expanding into a larger space too quickly without financial planning behind it. I lost $50,000 in a 6-month period because I was doing really, really great in my business and thought it would just keep going that way and didn't plan out the financial aspects of growth. So I can very much directly speak to, hey, if you're thinking about growing, especially in a physical space, especially in a retail space, there's a lot you have to consider. You should probably do not only some real deep audits of your current budgeting, but you absolutely have to do forecasting around every possibility you can imagine so that you can have a very clear picture of what could happen, what might happen, and what you would do about it if it happened. Awesome. Well, that's all I've got to share with you guys today. Again, this is just really an open request, an open offer to reach out to me if you guys need any help at all. If I can't help you, I likely can connect you with someone who can. And if I can't help you myself or connect you with someone, I still will probably have an interesting insight or perspective on where you could look next. That's been one of the gifts that I've always had, is I'm great at finding things. I'm great at finding information online. I'm great at research. I'm great at coming up with ideas on even where to look. To me, that's part of my creative mind. That's part of what I really enjoy about business, is thinking about where might things exist? Where might value exist? Where might opportunities, solutions, anything that you're looking for, where might it exist, even in a place that I've never traveled to? I can conceive of that mostly because I read so much as a kid in the fiction space. And as my brain was developing, I learned and gained the ability to think in possibilities that were not part of my reality. And so that's something that's always stayed with me. It's part of what gives me so much energy and gets me so jazzed up, is there is no solution we cannot come up with. And it doesn't matter necessarily where we've been or what we've done if we have that ability in our mind. And definitely not everyone has this ability, you guys. I would imagine if you didn't read a lot of fiction as a kid, that you don't have this ability. I really, really do believe that it is directly tied to that process that I went through as a kid, where I'm talking about thousands and thousands of hours reading fiction. From the second I got home from school till I fell asleep reading Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Redwall books, and really being able to imagine that those were real. And I was actually just having a fun conversation before I hop off here with my husband the other day, talking about this, because I was realizing, and I'm sure some of you can have this experience, when you were a kid and you read a book, you went into the book. You became a character of the book, and you could have this real, true belief that it was real, that it was something actually happening to you. Whereas as an adult, I have lost that ability. I honestly, I can't do it anymore because my brain has transformed and it knows what I'm reading isn't real, right? You gain this sense of, but it's not real. Kind of the same way as a kid, you might believe that Santa or the Tooth Fairy is real. You truly, in your heart, in your imagination, and everything about you, you believe that Santa or the Tooth Fairy is real. And then something happens as you get older and you lose that ability to truly believe it. You might want to believe it, but the ability to actually believe in it with everything in your fiber and your being disappears. Luckily, I was able to develop, I think, such a sense of that I can still tap into it. Now, I can't go fully 100% immersive back into that space, again, because your brain changes, it adapts, it evolves, it grows. But I can get damn near close. I can get really, really close to going back into an imaginative place where something that's never existed and has never been possible before is very real within my mind, within my imagination, and within my creative cortex. So please feel free to reach out to me. Use me as a resource. I love providing value. I love helping the amazing people and community of LinkedIn. And I hope you guys had a really amazing Friday, a really great week. Quick update, my grandma went through her brain surgery and is doing very well recovering right now. I probably won't be able to get to talk to her today because they observe the Sabbath, so they won't be answering any phone calls. It's a little late right now if I called them. But very excited to talk to her again, hopefully tomorrow night. And I'll keep you guys updated on that. So much gratitude for you guys, so much love for you guys. Make sure that you spread your own gratitude and love towards the people in your life. And I think that you'll find it makes your life a lot better, a lot happier, a lot more fruitful. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys have a really fantastic night. And if I don't see you again because you're busy on the weekends, then I hope to see you Monday. Oh, we froze there real quick at the end. Technical difficulties.